This mini PowerPoint will give you instructions on the proposal project for BIO205. No matter the clinical or lab setting, healthcare professionals are expected to work as part of a team. Many times, this team is made up of a combination of doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, physical therapists, microbiologists, lab techs, and transporters, etc. Every individual having different strengths, abilities, and training backgrounds. It is crucial that these teams know how to communicate with one another in order to achieve the best possible outcomes for their patients. Whether you are comfortable or not, you are going to have to work with other healthcare professionals, which means refining your communication skills. For example, speaking versus listening. Also, using appropriate terminology when necessary. For example, speaking to healthcare professionals versus speaking to patients. And finally, in giving and receiving criticism and review. For this project, you will work in teams of 4, usually your lab group, and this team will be your team for the entire semester. Each team member is expected to participate in the following activities and discussions and will be evaluated based on team and individual contributions. Your overall goal will be to research and propose a solution to a micro-based problem in the home, school, or workplace environment. This must be a problem that can be solved using materials and methods accessible to anyone, scientists and non-scientists alike. In previous semesters, students have covered limiting bacterial growth in coffee pots, cleaning Fitbit devices to limit skin infections, bathroom biofilm removal, combating bacteria on classroom desks, soap bars versus dispensers, bacteria and fungi on yoga mats and shopping carts, gym equipment bacteria, etc. Your team may choose one of these topics to build on, however, you must have a unique approach or experiment to propose. The guidelines for this project are as follows. Number 1. As a team, you should discuss micro-based problems that are potential health hazards. Choose topics that seem interesting and that you would like to research. Once your team has reached a consensus, decide on a single problem and see me for approval before you proceed to your next step. Now there's a form for this section, the problem approval form, and this is worth 5 points. You should list your team members and describe what micro-based problem your team is working to solve. This can be short and sweet, but please provide a little bit of detail so I know where you're going with it. This top portion is for me to fill out. I have whether I'll approve your topic or not, your approval date, and of course any comments I have, which I'll probably write somewhere on this page. Number 2, individually, each team member will locate and share one scholarly journal article related to the problem chosen. These will be potential references for your research work. Each member will briefly summarize their article, particularly focusing on the introduction, materials, and method sections. A copy of the article, summary, and an APA-style reference will be due by the announced deadline. This is your research review form, worth 10 points. So once your problem is approved, you please bring your review of the scholarly sources. This includes no Wikipedia sources, and each member of the team should have a different article. It should relate to the topic you proposed. So as you can see here, I gave you an example of what most references will look like, especially online article sources. And then this space is for you to summarize your topic. Now, if you choose to type up your summary or your reference, please attach it and a copy of your article. This will be turned in class, just like your topic approval, on the due date. Number 3. After reaching a team agreement, formulate a question in the pertaining hypothesis. What is a plausible solution to your problem? Then have me approve your solution before you proceed to the next step. Just like the problem approval, there's a 5-point solution approval. So same type of thing, team member names, recap the problem that you're solving, because at this point it may have gotten a little bit more specific, and then pose your solution, state your hypothesis. This should be a little bit more in depth than your problem proposal, because now you're formulating how you're going to solve the problem. And again, the approval details are up above. Number 4. As a team, devise a strategy of how you will go about answering your question and testing your hypothesis. Keep in mind, though, that you will only be proposing this experiment. You will not be completing the full study. Your solution is based on research. So think about the different techniques that you have learned or will learn in lab, or things that you have read about online. After discussing this section, you are to write up a formal proposal which includes the following sections, very similar to a lab report. A cover page, a title that should be interesting, fun, and unique, but still give the reader an idea of the topic. An introduction, which is your who, what, when, where, and why of the chosen problem. Basically, you want people to understand and care about the issue that you propose. The material section, what are you using to solve the problem? Just remember, these have to be accessible to everyone. The methods and solutions section, what have you come up to solve your problem? How or why does this solution work specifically? And what impact does it have? Overall, your readers should leave your proposal assured that you can solve the problem effectively, and literally everything you write should either address the problem or how to solve it in this section. Then your conclusion section. This should mirror your introduction, briefly wrapping up your general message. If there are consequences to your proposal not being undertaken, address them. Summarize the benefits of your proposal and drive home that the benefits outweigh the costs. Leave your audience thinking ahead. And as always, thank them for your consideration and time. And of course, this is followed by your references section. Then you're to revise and submit your proposal to Blackboard, which will check it for plagiarism, and I will grade them online. I only need 1 copy per group of 4. This is the formal proposal, which is 20 points. 1 team member will submit a copy of the proposal through Blackboard. No hard copies will be accepted. This is your overall rubric, and it goes through how many points you'll get through each section. For example, a unique title is worth 2 points. And then step 7. After completing all of the above steps, you are to prepare an 8 to 10 minute team video presentation to share your findings with your colleagues. Everyone in the team must equally participate in the presentation. This video can be made utilizing cell phone or professional camera equipment, as well as PowerPoint or YouTube software. In general, the video should follow the same order as your proposal, but it should not be read from a piece of paper. After completing the video, it must either be uploaded to YouTube or submitted to me so that I can share my links with YouTube and the classmates. Then these videos will be critiqued by colleagues in the form of questions, comments, and feedback, which will figure into your overall team grade. So this is your video presentation page, also worth 20 points. Team members are up here, and you have your rubric, just like your written portion. So overall, here's the grading breakdown. Proposal project part A includes your written proposal pieces. So your problem approval worth 5 points. Your research review worth 10 points. Your solution approval worth 5 points. And your formal proposal worth 20 points. Your proposal project B is your video presentation, worth 20 points. And then your final 10 points come from team and individual evaluations. So the last page of your packet is your student peer evaluation form. You will be writing down the names of you and your team members and jotting down the relative contributions that were made in preparing and submitting your team project. So again, we have a scale here, 1 for weak, 5 for superior. And you'll rate them based on participation, contributions, quantity, and quality of their work. And this will factor into your overall grades. So overall, this is meant to be a fun project for everyone. Again, you're not doing the full research, but this is a project proposal. So you are going to propose a solution to a common problem that's microbial. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good time.